Cultural Trends Live. I'm Greg Nibler, and yes, indeed, it's time for Awesome Tech You Can't Buy Yet, where Drew Prindle scours the internet for some of the best, greatest, and sometimes strangest crowdfunding campaigns out there. Drew, hello, welcome back. Which one of these do you want to talk about first here today?
Greg, let's talk about the Superstrata, this crazy-looking bicycle. It's a lot of things, but I guess the best way to sum it up is to call it's a 3D printed, custom-sized, single-body carbon fiber composite bike. So normally, like, carbon fiber bikes have been around for a long time, right? Like, you can buy a carbon fiber frame right now, but the difference is they're made up of a bunch of different pieces. And like, while they're really great because they're super lightweight and typically pretty strong, they're also kind of fragile because they're just so rigid. So anybody who owns a carbon fiber bike now knows that if you take too hard of a hit, you crash into something, you kind of just, like, the bike is ruined. It doesn't just bounce back because it doesn't really flex very well. So the way that they've solved that with this is by 3D printing a single piece of carbon fiber. So there's no joints, there are way fewer failure points, just a much stronger bike. And also, by 3D printing it, they can actually custom make it so that the size is perfect for you. And also, because there are no, like, fixtures or points where you can, like, I need to bolt things together, it's even lighter than it would otherwise be. So the frame itself is under 3 pounds. And they can also slip e-bike components into it, so they can fit a battery into the body if you want it. And because it's so lightweight, it doesn't take a ton of energy to actually propel you forward. So this is definitely one of the craziest e-bikes that I have seen on crowdfunding platforms in the past few years. It's absolutely nuts.
I mean, I like the idea that you can custom print it to your height and size. Being someone of maybe a little shorter stature, that would be something that would be of an advantage for me. So this is again the Superstrata bike, a custom 3D printed unibody carbon fiber composite bike and e-bike, and that is up crowdfunding right now. It's already met 2,601% of its goal. So it looks like a lot of people want that. It's $2.6 million funded right now. Yeah. So that one is doing pretty well. What is the next one you want to talk about?
So let's keep with the bike theme. The next one we've got the loop mount, which is really, it's nothing crazy. It's just a mount for your phone on your bike handles. And like I said, this is something that's totally existed before. This isn't necessarily a new idea. The thing I love about this one, though, is that it's so discreet. And it's just so simple. Like, instead of forcing you to put something onto your phone so that you can attach it and it'll sit there. Like, yeah, most mounts for your phone are just super clunky looking and awkward to use. But this one's super minimalist and simple. Well. Exactly. But this one, works really well. It's designed to work with almost any phone that you throw at it. And also, when it's not in use, it doesn't look like a phone mount. It doesn't look like something that's worth stealing. So you don't have to worry about it when you've got your bike bolted to the building or a telephone pole or something in a sketchy part of town. It just doesn't look like something that would be worthwhile to steal, even though it is totally a awesome, discreet little mount for your phone.
I am 100% down with this one. I would definitely utilize this thing. As long as it is, like, strong enough to keep it clamped in and not flying out when you go over a step or something or a curb, then yeah, I'm in with this one. So that's the loop mount and instant bike navigation when you need it. So that one also looks like it's well met its goal, but still 8 days to go on that one. So again, awesome tech you can't buy yet. Looking at awesome tech, and let's go to this last one here. This TheoryBoard Thy333. Is that how you say that?
I mean, I wouldn't worry too much about the like second name. I just called it the TheoryBoard. So once again, this thing is kind of a different take on something that already exists. So I'm sure you've seen, like, MIDI controllers and drum pads and all of these, like, new age music production tools that are out there right now. This is a little bit different than those. So usually the way that those work is by basically allowing you to make any sound you want in, a computer program or a synthesizer or whatever, and then you can map that sound to a specific button or an effect to that button. which basically just makes that pad into like a super customizable keyboard of sorts, right? But the TheoryBoard is a little bit different than that. It doesn't just let you map any note to any pad. It actually teaches you music theory and makes it easier to make good sounding music. So basically it does this by putting all the notes in a given scale on one side and allowing you to switch different scales. And like, say if you play a chord on one side of the board, it instantaneously maps all the notes in that chord scale to the other side, so you can kind of play matching notes that sound good. And this is one, though, I will say you kind of need to watch the video because it goes super in depth and it looks really, really impressive. Just take my word on it. This is not your average MIDI controller.
It does look cool. It also feels like cheating, but I think I have to get over that. But that's pretty impressive. So that is the TheoryBoard Music Theory MIDI controller right there, and all part of Awesome Tech. And we've got all of these too up on digitaltrends.com, where people can go and take a look at all the different awesome tech that Drew finds here with all these crowdfunding campaigns. Always interesting ones. I think I do want to get the phone holder, the loop mount, so I'm probably going to pledge on that one. But Drew, as always, good to see you. I'll talk to you soon.
Later, man.